What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one is about Sony. And Sony's in trouble. They are having development problems. So for everyone that's always like, oh, why can't Microsoft get games out? What's the problem with Microsoft? Well, it ain't just Microsoft. Sony is in a rut right now because they committed back earlier this year to launch 10 live service games by 2025, and that's not going to happen now. In fact, it's only going to be 6. Sony president Hiroki Totoki revealed that the company is reassessing its live service game strategy due to development challenges. Sony now commits to launching only 6 of the initially planned 12 live service PlayStation games by the end of the financial year 2025, which would be March 2026. Totoki emphasized a focus on quality, acknowledging that some titles have not met gamers' expectations. The remaining 6 titles' release dates are still under consideration, with Sony aiming for a long-term player engagement. Sony's push into live service games involved significant studio acquisitions, including Bungie, Haven Studios, and Firewalk Studios. So that was what a lot of these acquisitions before, was to make live service experiences. So that's going to be fun for everyone. We always know how live service experience goes, right? They go absolutely flawlessly and are never terrible and don't just completely fail, right? Because we all know, like, what successes things like Anthem were, right? Or, what was that Ubisoft one that was out recently? Was there I can't remember what game it was, but was there a Ubisoft live service game that came out recently, and it was, like, alive for about a month or something, and then it was just abandoned and shut down, and then just died on arrival? Because we all need more live service experiences. What happened to just making good games? It's like, what happened to just making good games? Why do we need live service games? Well, why does it have to be live? Like, I'm all for MMO online multiplayer experiences and stuff, if they're done correctly. But they're trying to make these, like, metaverse, like, crazy things where it's like, oh, you have this expansive world where you could do all these things and you could play with all these people and there's all this stuff. And you could buy this and you could buy that and you can have this, and I don't care. It's like the only thing I want from my games is either really awesome single player experiences, or if you're gonna do a multiplayer experience, for example, there's meant to be a Last of Us game that's coming out that's meant to, oh, by the way, that's gonna be one of these live service games. Last of Us, the live service game, it's on its way. That's one of the ones that's slightly delayed, that they announced. And there's a Horizon game, apparently, that's coming out. But I don't know if that's one of the live service ones. I know it's meant to be multiplayer, so probably it is one of the live service ones. But all I want is a multiplayer experience where I play with friends, we play in the world, and we have fun, right? That's it. Maybe if you fight other players, well, that could be cool. But I don't need much more than that. And I just don't know where these companies think they're going with this stuff. And this goes back to some of the other stories we do, where it's like, loot boxes and cosmetics and pay-to-win items, or you can buy this thing from the shop and it'll allow you to craft stuff 10 times faster or some other thing. And I just don't care. I want the live service stuff to stop. Please, make it stop. For all humanity, make it stop. And I may as well tie this in with another story that I was going to do as well, which is about Warner Brothers, who says that they're going to be transforming their biggest franchises into live service games, because why not? And here's the reason. Here's the reason why Sony's doing it. And here's the reason why Warner Brothers do it. It's right in the top of the title. To drive engagement and monetization of longer cycles. That's all it comes down to for them, is more monetization, more longer cycles, and more stuff to shove in your face. And Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav, I think it's Zaslav, announced plans to transform the company's major gaming franchises, including Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Batman, and Mortal Kombat into always on so you're going to need an internet connection for this all the time. Live service games. Zaslav highlighted these franchises as $1 billion gaming properties. The shift aims to move away from traditional console and PC releases with 3 to 4 year schedules towards live services, multi-platform, and free-to-play extensions. The goal is to increase player engagement and monetization over longer cycles, Warner Brothers states. Recent live service attempts include Mortal Kombat Onslaught and the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Kill the Justice League is going to be a live service game. Oh dear lord. It wasn't that meant to be the good one that people were meant to be liking. I just have ideas that this is going to be terrible. But yeah, Warner Brothers is going into the live service business as well. So we've got all this joyous stuff to look from for Warner Brothers and Sony in the future. Our always on games where you pay for everything, and you know what kills me is it's the story that's going to be heard. Every time any single one of these live service experiences come out, it's the story that dies in it. That's literally what goes. It's the story, right? Like, rather than getting like a linear, because this was what MMOs were used to be good at least some of them, the ones that people usually stuck around to play, was, yes, it would be an online multiplayer experience, but there would be a linear story that you'd follow and progress through with side quests and tasks and maybe other side stories and little fun mini missions in between. So you'd kind of get this world where you were a character on a path heading to a destination, or there might even be multiple characters with different backgrounds, different stories who have their own paths, right? Like, so there'd be a different experience for whatever kind of class you played, or maybe whatever race you played, or maybe it might be the starting location, right? And then within that, you would play through and you would have this experience of this linear story, and you'd explore the world and you'd do everything you need to do to level up whilst doing the main quests. And you'd also have your side missions and stuff that would add variety to the game. But we've shifted away from that to you have live service experiences where generally, yes, you do follow a pretty linear path, but it is absent of any story, meaning, or character or reason to play, except for slap franchise name on front of game's case, and this is what you're playing, right? You can basically just slap any franchise on the front. That's the skin of the game. That's what everything looks like and is designed around, but there isn't actually really a story there. You sort of just play along and there isn't anything to do. It's the same repeated quests over and over again. It's the same tasks over and over again. There is nothing to look forward to at the end of the experience, right? There is no end game anymore. It's just you're expected to continue doing the same things that you were doing through the entire game, but now you're just a higher level, and then they'll eventually increase the level cap where you'll do more of the same stuff, and you'll pay for some stuff, and that'll help boost you and get you along, and that's how these things go. And it's just a soul-crushing, meaningless, tedious experience where it makes you feel like you're expected to pay them for the privilege of monotony and tediousness and feeling like you're working to progress in their game, which has nothing of intrinsic value, where you could have spent your money on something else, another game, another experience that is richer, more depth, would have cost you a lot less and given you much more enjoyment for the time and money invested, which is something that these live service games don't do. And that is what people forget, is that games are meant to be enjoyed. You're not meant to sit there and play a game for 3 hours and be like, oh, I've got to get my quest done, because if I don't get my quest done, then I'm not going to advance on my battle pass, and I've paid for the battle pass for the premium, and I want to get to the mark, and I want to get all the levels so I can get the item at the end. Because if I run out, because even though I've paid for the battle pass, if I don't complete the battle pass, I'm not actually going to get the thing that I wanted in the first place. It's so stupid. You're meant to play for fun, not work. It should be fun to play, not work to play. is my point. But anyways, guys, let me know down below what you think about all these live services that are coming out. Are you sick of them as well? Are you sick of them as much as I am? Anyways, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.